Free rooms for your destination wedding. I'm sure you've heard it and seen it. Well, let's talk about it. Hi, it's Jack here with Vacation Ease again. Again, thanks for watching my videos. Get this out of the way. Please subscribe because it helps get the algorithm, I'm told, on YouTube, having more people see these videos. So let's talk about free rooms. You've seen the marketing hype. So I want to break it down because in some cases it's about what it is. It's hype. You don't actually get the free rooms. In some cases you do. So let's talk about it. We talk about it as comp room credits, free rooms, comp rooms. But let me tell you what happens is every resort in their contracts is going to have a clause about how you as the bride and groom earn free rooms. But the issue is it's very tough for us to give you those free rooms up front because the way they base those free rooms is based upon how many rooms you book. So when you see your contract, it's going to say one free room for every X number of paid rooms. Or some hotels now are saying one free person for every number of people or passengers. But the issue is we don't know how many you're going to get until we submit the final rooming list to the resort's accounting department at some time far in the future, but close to when you're traveling. Now let's look at it this way. If the contract says you get one free room for every 8 and you have 30 rooms booked, then we pretty much know you're going to get one room free, so it's not a problem. So if you want, at that point, if your people aren't booked, you can say to us, hey, I want to have my friend who isn't booked yet have the free room. We can do that. I think what we see happen the most is everybody pays their deposits, and what we try to do is look at things right prior to the final payment. So at that point we can say to the bride and groom, look, it looks like you're going to get 2 or 3 rooms free for X number of nights, so why don't we look at who do you want to give that room to? Most of the time it's you. But here's the tricky thing with this. If you read the fine print, what most of the fine print will say on the contract is the free room is based upon the least expensive room for the lowest occupancy for the least number of nights. So if you as the bride and groomer want to have the honeymoon suite or something, you're not going to get that free. What you're going to do is get the value of the least expensive room. So the way we typically look at things for clients is that free room is really, I would say, a wedding gift that you're going to get upon your return. So what we typically see is about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes a week before your departure, the resort will tell us that this is the number of free rooms you're going to get, or free room nights, or free passengers, depending upon your contract. We ask them what's the value of that. And then what we do is we say to you, you're going to get approximately $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever $1,000. How do you want that? So at that point, most of your guests are already final paid. So it's very hard for us to give you a free room. So what typically happens is upon your return, you will get that money back on the credit card you paid for or paid with. And so it's nice. You come home from your wedding, 2 to 4 weeks later, you see a charge on a credit on your credit card of $2, $4, $5, $6, $7,000. So like I said, it's kind of a wedding gift. Now, let me just say this. There are a couple resorts, such as Palace Resorts now, that legitimately we can assign the free rooms. What we do with Palace is we will ask everybody to pay their deposits. And at that point, when we feel confident that we're going to have at least a free room for the length of stay we need it, as long as you have 1 guest or 2 guests that will accept the lowest price room, then what we will do is they'll pay their deposit. We won't make them pay their final payment. But the other thing we'll do is also have you, the bride and groom, not make your final payment to that point. Because if we have an approximate value of the free room, we may assign that to you, the value, even though you've made your deposit, so at least you are not having to pay the final for your room. Now the other nice thing with Palace, and they're at this point the only one that we have seen will allow us to do this, is we can take the value of the free room that we may know and assign that over to the wedding department. So all the extras you're spending money on, DJs, flowers, stuff like that, they will allow us to take the money from the free room and move it over to that budget. The problem sometimes is by the time we know that, you may have already paid. So then it goes back to the same thing, that you'll get money back. But the bottom line is, in some cases we can give you a free room. In other cases, you're going to get the money back. But either way, it is a great perk for your destination wedding to have the value of the free room back. Some of our clients actually don't want the room. They want to pay for it. They just want the money back because 1 or 2 credit card cycles after you get home, all of a sudden several $1,000s shows up. A few weeks ago, we had a large wedding. Last week, I just credited the client about $7,000, or I approved the credit of $7,000, and the resort's putting that back on the Amex that they charged the room on. So hopefully this answers questions. I know there's a lot of questions about what does this free room mean, and hopefully this helps you. Each resort is a little bit different, again, because some of them talk about free rooms, free room nights, free passengers. So when you're working with us, Vacationese, or you're a travel professional, ask them to explain it to you. Again, we try to boil it down into dollars and cents so we actually get a better sense of what the value of the free room is versus talking about a free room. The other thing is, again, because that language is going to say least expensive room, if you have 20 rooms at your wedding and one person goes with the least expensive room, it messes things up. Because if, let's say, everybody goes with the suites and one person chooses the least expensive room, they're going to base it on that. So sometimes what we'll do is we'll look at that with you and we'll say, you know what, it pays for you to pay for an upgrade for your friend for that one room, because now all of a sudden your value of those free rooms, if you get the suite value versus the inexpensive room value, will cover the free upgrade you just gave to your friend. It's not really free, you're paying for it, but it can make you a lot more money of the refund that you'll get back. So I think you just have to be communicative with who you're working with on the free rooms, but do know that there is a value, a perk of free rooms, whether it's an actual room or it's money back, you do get the perk. So hopefully this helps you on the free rooms, which is confusing a lot of people. And if you need help with planning your destination wedding, feel free to give us a call. Thanks.